Alright, cool. So in this module, we're going to talk about the power of making the invisible visible to somebody else when you're in an interview series. The thing is, many people in the easel community have said that they're confident and they're capable and they feel strong. But when they start to sell themselves, they start to feel like a worm and feel kind of gross. The thing is, up until a certain point, when you're talking with somebody, they don't yet trust you. But when they become more familiar with your history and who you are, there's a tipping point, and past that point, they trust you and you get access. This is called the familiarity bias theory. The way that you overcome this familiarity bias is to make your history more familiar to the other person. This is through the power of details, brands, and quantities. So let's take John, for example. So if John is on an interview series and in the past John worked as an inventory manager in a warehouse, instead of saying, I worked as an inventory manager in a warehouse, maybe John starts to describe the stacks of brown boxes. He starts to talk about the gears that would come in and how they were blue and green. And then somebody can start to almost hear the sound of the inventory warehouse where John was working. And that makes them more familiar and more trusting of John. So basically what you want to do is you want to think about one of your big 6 skills, probably the top 3 of them, and then start to take that big 6 skill and then start to apply brands, quantities, and details to it and get ready to talk about it not only in your interviews, but also on your LinkedIn profile, in your resume, and in your cover letter. And the amazing thing is that research out of Harvard shows that when you actually read these experiences framed in a powerful way on your resume and it comes back to you, you feel even stronger than you did before. And the great thing about this whole invisible... Alright, cool. So in this module, we're going to talk about the power of making the invisible visible to somebody else when you're in an interview series. The thing is, many people in the easel community have said that they're